Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Nerd Safari. I am Simon, and we are here today to talk about the 1993 Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone guilty pleasure, Demolition Man.
Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Demolition Man.
Now, I'm filming this in the middle of the coronavirus lockdown, and in a world where drones are enforcing social distancing and handshakes have been replaced by some weird gestures, maybe this movie is not as far-fetched as it seemed in 1993. And don't even get me started on what's going to happen if we have to replace toilet paper with 3 weird shells. No.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. I can see how that could be confusing.
I don't believe it.
I primarily love this movie because it's ridiculous. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, and you can just strap in, suspend your disbelief, and go for a great ride.
2 mortal enemies
Just dropped in to say hi.
from another time.
Pass is overtime. Time for something new and improved. Oh, hell.
This movie is set in a prudish future Los Angeles, which now seems more apt than ever, and this future is personified in the movie by the most bizarre sex scene where physical contact is not allowed at all.
What's wrong? You broke contact.
Contact? I didn't even touch you yet.
But I thought you wanted to make love.
Is that what you call this?
And then layered over the top of this, you've got Wesley Snipes, who is probably the most non-PC character in any movie ever, who's just a complete nutbar running riot.
He's a criminal the likes of which you have never seen. In a bad time, he was the worst.
I'm gonna love running this place.
One of the things I love about this movie is it builds to a completely climactic ending, and without giving you any spoilers, Wesley Snipes' character's objective through the whole film is to free criminals, including one Jeffrey Dahmer, from a cryo prison, and that's where we end up at the end. There is an amazing supporting cast in this movie. One of the characters today I actually saw described as a badger getting ready for a massage. And if you watch the movie, hopefully you'll remember that description. But there are 2 characters who, if you blink, you may miss them. The first is a young Jack Black, who seems to be popping up in a lot of our intros recently. And the second is Jesse the Body Ventura. So if you keep an eye out through this movie, Jack Black and Jesse Ventura are hidden in there somewhere. No spoilers. Now, the soundtrack to this movie is also pretty awesome, but the title track, Demolition Man, by Sting and Grace Jones, was not actually recorded for this movie. It was recorded in 1981 and then re-released to be the lead track on this movie.
Don't mess around with the Demolition Man.
Now, we're not the only people who love this movie. The NBA star Dennis Rodman actually styled his unique hairdo, maybe not so unique, after Wesley Snipes' character in this movie. But Wesley Snipes was not such a big fan of the hairdo, and immediately after filming Wrapped, he drove straight to a barbershop and had his head completely shaved. There's a lot of product placement in this movie, and Taco Bell is probably top of the pile. However, internationally, people just didn't know what Taco Bell was outside of the United States. So in any international release, Taco Bell is dubbed with Pizza Hut. There's a line in the movie where they jokingly refer to Arnold Schwarzenegger as the President of the United States. However, it was not long after this that Arnold Schwarzenegger became Governor of California, and that politicians have been considering the Arnold Amendment that would allow naturalized citizens like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and even me, to become President of the United States. So you never know. Maybe by 2032, we could be there. This movie struggled a little bit in international markets, and in Kuwait they had an innovative approach to try to improve its appeal. They actually renamed the movie to Rambo the Destroyer as a way to cash in on Sylvester Stallone's popularity there. Let's talk about the kind of movie we could have had in a parallel universe. Well, first of all, the two lead roles were originally offered to one Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal. That would have been a very different flick. Even when Stallone was cast in the movie, he actually wanted to have Simon Phoenix played by Jackie Chan, but Jackie Chan turned the role down because he wasn't sure how Chinese audiences would react to having him play a bad guy. Originally, Laurie Petty of Tank Girl fame was actually cast as Lenina Huxley. However, she only lasted 2 days into filming before she was fired over creative differences and was replaced by Sandra Bullock.
How was the fiendish Simon Phoenix apprehended back in the 20th?
That's all I've got for you today. So remember, enhance your calm, be well. You are an incredibly sensitive person who inspires joy feelings in all of those around you.
For repeated violations of the verbal morality statute.
So much for the seashells. See you in a few minutes.
So like and subscribe, my friends. Peace out, and we will see you on the next Nerd Safari.
Shut up and sit down.